1, 2, 3, 4. I've heard of a place, you know it well. You don't need a watch, cause there's so many bells. You ain't kidding. It's been living. They're loud and they ring, both day and night. They wake you up and kiss you goodnight. You ain't kidding. It's been living. You can meet up.
We've been talking about a lot is murder against people, say murder, assault, stealing, those type of things. But the definition of a hate crime, which is what we need to like clearly say in a law by the government, it can also include speech, different types of propaganda or advertisements against another race or group. Is that true?
With gays in the law, that whenever people are doing these hate crimes, it's against the Bible, and gay is wrong with the Bible and stuff, right?
Yeah, the Bible condemns homosexual behavior.
Is America based on the Bible?
Yeah, it says in God we trust. Yeah, it is so based on the Bible.
But is American, it might say that in there, but America is based on freedom of religion.
Freedom of religion, yeah, and our religion is known to be Christianity.
It was founded on Christianity, yes, but
Yeah,
America's not a Christian nation. It's freedom for everyone. And you can't just single out someone who's gay. It actually kind of sounds like a hate to me.
What you gonna do about it?
Alright. And we also, like, what do you define a hate crime then as?
Probably about the same definition as yours. Hate crime generally refers to criminal acts that are seen to have been motivated by or against someone.
Alright. So we're trying to figure out what defines a hate crime so someone doesn't get in trouble for a crime that possibly they weren't even accused, like, their motivation wasn't even for hate. Because there are some cases where someone does a crime and they're accused of, if a white man does something and it involves a black man, the Black Panthers and stuff say, well, he did this because the man's black. And we don't want that. We want to fix that. We're not just talking about if someone is killed from a different race, that it's a hate crime, and it should be a hate crime or not. We're trying to figure out if this is like, we need to figure out ways to find out if it is a hate crime better or not.
Well, the
because people are accused.
The hard part about that is where you draw the line. If I kill a black person, I could risk the chance of getting up to twice as much time in prison because it was a black person. How do you judge that it really was a hate crime? How are you saying, hey, if I killed a black man, then it's automatically a hate crime? What if it was an accident? What if it was something like that? You don't automatically know that it is a hate crime. So you can't base it on, oh, a hate crime, we're going to charge you more and all this other stuff. You can't base it off that.
That's what
there's no definite line.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out, though. We're not trying to say a hate crime is this. We're trying to say what is a hate crime, not really that. But also, like...
Oh, that is the end of the two. 8 minute card ready is let's begin.
What say how was
Another point is it's really difficult to tell whether or not hate crimes are, the rates are decreasing or increasing. Whether anything needs to be done about it. So, I don't think we need to have a law passed simply because there's not a big enough difference in the amount of people getting killed or amount of incidents that we're having to really instill a law permanently.
Well, this whole time we've been debating, the right topic has not been discussed. What's written up there on the board? We need well-defined hate crimes. Okay, we're not talking about we need to punish people who commit a hate crime.
So what would you say is a well-defined hate crime?
That's what we're trying to say is...
What's your opinion on it? Well, how would you define that?
A crime that is committed because you hate a specific group.
But any crime that is committed against someone is because you hate the person, obviously. Like, it doesn't matter what group it is.
Just because I kill you and you happen to be of the opposite race doesn't mean that I did it because you're of the opposite race. It might have been because, you know, you said something about my girlfriend or something like that. So I had to
Yeah, but then since it was of the opposite race, the hate crime law would come in and say, you know, you're going to serve twice as long.
That's what the hate crime
That's
is.
what we're
It's
trying to
saying they
fix.
don't. What we're trying to do is put it so that a person who commits a regular crime that isn't a hate crime doesn't get mixed up, you know, or a person that commits a hate crime doesn't get treated as a normal crime that.
But all I'm saying, I said any crime that's committed is because you hate the person, and y'all said no. How would you? What would be an example of that?
All right, I go to rob a
Some
store or something. Happens to be that there's a man there at the cash register. I happen to kill him. I wasn't there to go kill the person because I hate him. I went to go get money.
But you still killed the person. You still killed the person, and you should still.
Because I was
It's
in that
just a
situation.
circumstance.
It was a
To
situation.
get away with
You still
something
deserve the
or
same.
get money out of something, there's a motive behind everything.
But it
You
doesn't
still
mean I
deserve
hate
the
the
same
man.
amount of
It
punishment.
doesn't mean you hate that person, you know.
Yeah, but you still killed him.
Yeah.
How should that be any different?
How-
If you
Well,
killed
how
him?
should war be any different? You know, a person that's in war, they kill somebody, but you don't go and arrest them.
You can't talk about
War's
war's completely out
Totally
of the,
different.
I'm saying
war's out of the picture, man. You can't bring war into this.
it's just the same thing. I mean, shooting somebody, whatever.
You're fighting
Also,
for your
though,
country.
listen. If you were to go and kill 2 black people and get a hate crime, you're still going to be spending a lifetime in prison. And just if you were to go and kill 2 white people for a different motivation, I mean, seriously, you're still going to be in jail for your whole life.
Well, no, right now, what the laws that we have, that's what it is. You could get treated worse because you killed a black person. And what we're trying to say is that we need to define that and, like, eliminate all the mix-ups and all the things that happen. You're not, you know, like we've been saying, you know, I kill this person, the defendant would be like, well, I didn't kill him just because they're black, I killed him because I didn't like them. You know,
See, the question
as a
is
person.
there is no definite line. Why not just have a basis of, hey, if you live in this country, you're gonna be based off of, hey, if you commit a crime, if you kill somebody, if you do something to somebody, you're based off that. The judicial system and all, you're based on not who you are, but what you did. It's not based on,
Who you
hey,
did it to.
it's still a crime.
And it's not the motivation that you're
that's
getting
what we're
punished.
defining. That's
No,
what
no,
we're,
no.
that's what
Listen,
we're going for.
listen,
Our
it's
government
not
is
Definement can be for you, hey, you can define it as one thing, we can define it as something
No, I'm
else.
saying that's what we're going for. We're trying to get the law. We're trying to get the law put forward to where.
But it's not.
Well, we're saying there shouldn't be this
It's
law defined. You know, if you did the crime, you did the crime, no matter who you did it
there's
to.
already a law
There's-
system in place.
There's already a
You
law
don't need
system
to do
in place.
anything else.
If you did the crime, it doesn't matter who you did it to or why you did it. You still did the crime. You should still serve that same exact